Hello, wrestling fans! Blake Smith from Walking the Ropes, and welcome to another episode of Walking the Ropes Wrestling Review for AEW Battle of the Belts from Dallas, Texas. To open the show, we had Sammy Guevara versus Scorpio Sky in the TNT Championship match. I thought this was going to be the main event, personally, just based on the way the card looked, but I was wrong, and that is okay. This has been one of the more long stories for AEW recently with the Dan Lambert situation and everything. This kind of, I feel like, was supposed to be what Cody was doing, because Ty and Sammy seemed to be in the situation that Cody and Brandy were in. But that's all right because we have what is a really good match ahead of us. Sammy is set to do something I believe no one else in AEW has done before, and that's win a belt 3 times, unless Cody did it. I think Cody might have done that, but I could be wrong. I believe that if he also wins here, he has an undefeated record when challenging for the TNT Championship. Scorpio Sky, on the other hand, is undefeated in singles competition for over 400 days, and these are just two of the best high flyers in the world, in AEW, whatever you'd want to say. They look ready to tear the house down tonight, and they absolutely do just that. Sky takes control to start after taking a flurry of Sammy right from the start, but he starts to wear Sammy down in the corner. Sammy, though, fights back, and they both kind of go back and forth, with both men getting in some hard shots when they eventually spill to the outside. Sammy then hits a moonsault using the steps for leverage, and Sky answers with the TKO on the apron, and Sammy's ankles got caught up on the top rope, causing him to kind of land on the top of his head instead of where he would typically land kind of in a cutter position. Sky is in firm control after that, sending Sammy into the steps, but Sammy answers with the count at the last second. Like, he gets in, it's like 9.5. It's insane. Sky then looks set to finish it in the center of the ring as he tortures Sammy's spine, but Sammy fights out and hits a Spanish fly, and he goes up to the top rope for the 450 when Ethan Page pulls Scorpio Sky out. Ty Conti starts screaming in his face, and Sammy switches his position and hits a shooting star press, taking out both Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. When he hit them, they both kind of split off in either direction, and Sammy just kind of crashed onto the crash pad there. Like, not like there was a huge crash pad, just a typical one, but that was pretty bad looking, but Sammy popped right back up and was able to finish the match from there. We then get Sammy setting up for the GTH, but Dan distracts the ref when Ty makes the save, slapping Scorpio's hands. He was going to roll Sammy up. Or Sammy was trying to roll him up, and Ty slaps his hands. This causes Dan to call Paige Van Sant down. And Sky then pokes the eye of Sammy Guevara and kind of points to the outside and has the ref kind of go and whatever, because I think he was going to do something. But as Sky turned around, Sammy low blows him, hits the GTH, and gets the win. Sammy Guevara is the 3-time TNT champion, and that was an amazing, amazing match. For my WTR scale, I gave it a great. We then get the Ring of Honor World Championship match. Jonathan Gresham and Dalton Castle. These two are some of the most impressive men from Ring of Honor that I've seen. I've not been privileged to watch a lot of Ring of Honor, but what I have seen, they are both always on the card, and they do amazing. It is awesome that AEW now owning Ring of Honor allows for so many of these types of matches. We had the television championship on Wednesday, and now we have the World Championship. Dalton Castle is an extremely unique man and is also an incredible in-ring worker. On the other hand, Jonathan Gresham is an insane technical athlete that has the ability to pick apart any man he steps in the ring with. Don't let his size fool you. At about 5'4", I believe they called him, he is a force to be reckoned with. While visually they are a huge contrast, Dalton Castle being this flamboyant man and Gresham being this more reserved kind of looks like he could kick your ass. Um, in the technical side, they are very even. Jonathan gets the main edge, I would say, with submission control, and neither man is in control to start as they slowly just pick apart each other. Picking up the pace and flying, adding in high flying moves splashed in with their technical abilities. These two are taking their opportunity on the big stage, truly proving to everyone who doubted Ring of Honor stars that they are some of the best in the world. Dalton uses the boys to his advantage, sliding out of the ring to get fanned off whenever he is being worked over by Gresham. Dalton then starts to gain some control as he wears down Gresham, but just when it looks like it may be done, Gresham comes back and we have like a roll-up pin-off. They then trade hard, stiff shots, and Gresham locks in the octopus lock, and that gets the win. After the match, Sanjay Dutt, Jay Lethal, and Satnam Singh make their way to the ring. Satnam clears out Dalton and the boys, gets in the ring, but this is when Jay Lethal slides in and kind of taps Gresham on the shoulder. He then hits the lethal injection when Lee Moriarty makes his way out to try and help. Matt Sydal also does, but he's on crutches, so they don't really do much of anything. But that is when Samoa Joe comes out and the heels run for the hills. For my WTR scale, I gave this a great. That was a really great way to have the Ring of Honor World Champion and the Television World Champion kind of give each other some props and celebrate that moment there. We then get our AEW Women's World Championship. Thunder Rosa defending against Nyla Rose. This is her first defense. It seems like she's had a bit of a long gap between defenses, and that's kind of okay. She won the title, I believe it was back at Revolution, and has not. She's been in matches, I believe, but she has not defended the title, mainly because she's been running this program where Nyla's just been beating her up whenever she gets the chance. Nyla looks to become the AEW Women's World Champion once again, and I believe she would be the first two-time Women's World Champion if she were to do that. But she doesn't have a great record when it comes to title matches, having won the title once, and when she did lose it, she has lost all of her attempted challenges since. I believe she's even attempted to challenge for the TBS title, but that one I could be wrong for. She might have just been in the tournament. Rose has a chip on her shoulder, and Rosa will have to deal with the pissed off beast and figure out just how to wear her down. They spill to the outside, and Rosa sends Nyla into the ring post and then hits a bulldog and remains in control on the outside. Back in the ring, Nyla goes to the top and hits a missile drop kick and has Nyla down and able to wear her down more. Nyla then starts to come back using her size to overpower Rosa, and Nyla is then enjoying this now that she's in control. She's slowly wearing down Rosa and sending her flying to the outside and then into the steps. The steps have had a lot to do tonight. Rosa, though, starts to come back as she hits a stunner and starts to roll from there. Rosa then kicks Nyla to the outside and then hits a big drop kick followed by a tornado to the outside, and back in the ring, she goes for a cross body, but Nyla catches her and slows Rosa once again. Nyla goes for the beast bomb, but Rosa reversed it for a near fall, and it looks like Nyla may have it finished, but Rosa won't die. It's kind of a roll-up finish here. We get the Rosa attempting to try and do it, and then Nyla keeps pushing her away, and finally Rosa hits a Hurricane Rana, flips her over, and gets the pin for the win. Thunder Rosa retains her Women's World Championship in a fantastic match. For my WTR scale, I gave this a great. That was a great main event for this. I was going to say pay-per-view. It wasn't that. It was just a special event, I think they called them. And that is all For my overall, I gave it a great. That was a fantastic show. We only had the 3 matches, and I mean, besides some video packages that were really well done before each of the matches, besides the TNT title match, uh, it was all just match, match, match. It was great. For my segment of the night, I gave it to the video packages because they were really well done. I didn't talk about them because they were basically just recaps of whatever, and the matches were a little more important. My match of the night goes to Gresham versus Castle. They tore the house down. It was an amazing match. But my performers of the night go to Sky and Guevara because I was not anticipating Guevara to turn heel while I was seeing people talking about it and saying that that was something that they saw happening. I personally didn't see it happening. And the way they did it worked really well because it keeps Sky a heel, which I think he needed to do. And Guevara is now a heel with Ty, and that works well for me. I am looking forward to see what goes on from there. But that is all for this episode of Walking the Ropes Wrestling Review. Thank you for dropping in. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon whenever we get to get notifications whenever we upload a video. And I'll see you in the next one.